Is the SoCal housing market collapsing? This is not a clickbaity title. It is a real question, and it's one that we're going to answer today. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's start and talk a little bit about why we would even say something like this and kind of an overall theme that I want to mention this week. And that is statistics without wisdom and interpretation can often lead you down an erroneous conclusion. Just reading the market the wrong way or forgetting about something important, an important detail, can really put some of those statistics into perspective. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at some of our stats this week. So let's start off here with number one, something good, or good, I guess, if you're a seller maybe, and that is our pricing. Pricing is, as we predicted, going up. But remember, this data is old. This is closed prices. This data is 4 to 6 weeks ago. It tells you how the market was 4 to 6 weeks in the past, not how the market is today. But what are the indicators that are giving me a little bit of trouble? Let's start off with our absorption rate. You'll notice here on our absorption rate, look at this graph, look at the percentages that we have when you take a look at these numbers. They're usually close to 100%, somewhere between 80 and 100% most of the time. And we kind of track this. It's sort of a proxy for demand, right? This is a comparison of the number of homes that came onto the market versus the number of homes that went into escrow and have left the market. And here is where we are at. Let's take a look right here. We see this number jumped, gosh, well over 100%. And where is it 2 weeks later? In the toilet. Why am I not at all concerned about this number? I'm going to tell you in a second. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the next item on our list here. See? If we take a look at our 14-day still active percentage, so this is another measure of market competitiveness. And what do we see happening right here? We see that this number, let me get out our little pointer again. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're going to see a little bit of a pointer too to what we are talking about here. You'll notice it went down, getting a more competitive market, and then it has shot up in the last 2 weeks. So what's going on? Is our market collapsing? Let's go ahead and actually talk about this a second. No, the market is not collapsing, and I'm going to tell you why it's not and how you may be led astray if you watch and if you take a look at those stats and don't interpret them correctly. We are in a time of year when people often do not put their home on the market. Now, this is important for two reasons. Reason number one is that fewer people move in the wintertime. This is true in Southern California. It's true in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It's true almost everywhere nationally to a smaller or greater degree. But more importantly is reason number two. Reason number two is not only do we have fewer people putting on their homes in the market in general, those who are will often hold their listing, right? So they will say, I'm not going to put it up the week before Christmas. I'm not going to put it up the week of New Year's. I'm going to wait until right in the beginning of the new year. And then a bunch of listings come onto the market all at once. And that is exactly what we are seeing happening. Now, I have no doubt that the buyers are out there and they will start to snap up this inventory. This is a market reaction, right? This is a timing reaction to what we have going on. And you can see here, total inventory has gone up a little bit if you look on this chart. However, again, I'm going to caution you, I'm going to tell you, this is a little bit of a false prophet, right? It is telling us something about the future that may not be true. This is an unusual 2-week period during the year. We kind of see a dramatic drop in inventory right before the holidays, right? Because people are holding off putting on their homes in the market. And we tend to see that have a little bit of a bump in inventory. If you look at where we were at last year, I think that is just as important here. You can see that inventory also bounced a little bit at this point last year, and then it proceeded to deteriorate further as we went through the spring. I fully expect that to be the exact same pattern this year. Yes, for first-time homebuyers, it is going to be a little bit of a rough and bumpy ride for you. But as we are so fond of saying on this podcast, you've heard me say it probably at least 10 times, homeownership is difficult because it's worth it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our other stats, and we'll run through these really quickly. So pricing, we already went over that. Affordability, we're at about $6,000 a month for our entry-level single-family home. We are at $4,600 for our entry-level condo. Quick reminder, 5% down, includes mortgage insurance, taxes, HOA fee in the case of our condo. This really is meant to represent a true first-time home buyer payment figure. We look how much income is required if you have no other debts in your household to make this work. $148,000 for that single family home and $113,000 for that entry level condo. Absorption rate, we've been through this. See how it spiked right before the holidays? That's because buyers kept buying, but no new homes came in the market. And now it has plummeted for exactly the inverse of that. Buy rate is the same. A bunch of people waiting on those listings have put them on the market all during the first week of the year. 14 days still active percent. Why is that showing a less competitive market? Again, we just have a momentary minute of a ton of inventory. I think it will be very short-lived. Total inventory went up for the same reason. And then weeks supply of homes. Again, this is a temporary jump. I don't think this is going to persist. And again, let's take a look. Where were we at last year? Gosh, on our entry-level single-family home last year, we were at 11 weeks. So even with these numbers, we are at a tighter market than we were at last year. Once again, everyone, thanks so much for watching. We love making these videos, but we need you to participate more. How can you participate? Easy. You can like, you can subscribe, you can hit the notification bell, and you can write comments. We love to see comments. We love to respond to comments. Also, you can share these videos with a friend. We'd really appreciate that. And again, if you are a first-time home buyer and you're watching our first-time buyer market update, we are on a mission to help California's homeowners or California's renters become homeowners. If that's you and you would like 2024 to be the year you become a homeowner, definitely reach out to us. And finally, in the description below, you will see a link. We are doing a free webinar entitled How to Buy and Renovate Your First Home When You Don't Have Rich Parents. We give you some techniques. It's 30 minutes. We value your time. You can sign up using the link below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We will see you again real soon.